Power, glory, empire. For centuries, Rome was the center of the world, but when its founder, Julius Caesar, was assassinated, it plunged into bloody chaos. Out of that chaos, one man would rise. A teenager who would not only end the civil wars, but would build an empire that would last 1,000 years. And he would do it by becoming so rich, he personally owned a fifth of its entire economy. When Julius Caesar was killed in 44 BC, his will was read to the Roman people. His heir wasn't a general or a powerful senator. It was his 19-year-old grandnephew, Gaius Octavius, a name nobody feared. He was seen as a boy, an afterthought. But that boy had a mind of steel and a name that carried the weight of destiny, Caesar. Taking the name Octavian, he entered a world of wolves. Powerful men like Mark Antony saw him as a pawn. But Octavian was a master strategist. He played his rivals against each other, using his inherited name and fortune to raise legions. He was patient, ruthless, and brilliant. He formed an alliance, the Second Triumvirate, with his main rivals, Antony and Lepidus, and together they hunted down their enemies. But he was just biding his time. The Roman world was split, Octavian in the west, Antony in the east, and Antony had a powerful ally, Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. Egypt wasn't just another province. It was the breadbasket of the Mediterranean, an ancient kingdom with unimaginable wealth. Antony and Cleopatra had the money and the resources, but Octavian had Rome, and he was a master of propaganda. He painted Antony as a decadent traitor, bewitched by a foreign queen who wanted to move the capital of Rome to Egypt. The final showdown came in 31 BC at the Battle of Actium. It wasn't just a battle, it was the world's most violent corporate takeover. Octavian's fleet, commanded by his genius General Agrippa, crushed the forces of Antony and Cleopatra. The lovers fled back to Egypt and took their own lives, leaving the keys to the kingdom in Octavian's hands. And this is where his wealth explodes. Octavian did something unprecedented. He didn't make Egypt a Roman province governed by the Senate. He declared it his personal property. The entire country, its fertile farmlands, its gold mines, its ports, all of it belonged to him. Every shipment of grain that fed the Roman people came from his personal estate. So, how rich was he? Stanford history professor Ian Morris estimates that Augustus's personal fortune was worth around $4.6 trillion in today's money. But even that number doesn't capture the scale. His personal wealth was equal to 1/5, 20%, of the entire Roman Empire's economy. The empire itself accounted for nearly 30% of the world's GDP. No modern billionaire even comes close to that level of personal economic ownership over a state. It would be like if Jeff Bezos didn't just own Amazon, but personally owned the entire country of Germany. This colossal fortune wasn't just for lavish parties. It was the ultimate political tool. He used it to secure the loyalty of the army, paying millions of soldiers their retirement bonuses out of his own pocket. He launched a massive public works program, famously boasting that he found Rome a city of bricks and left it a city of marble. He sponsored games, provided free grain to the people, and funded the police and fire brigades. His personal wealth stabilized an entire empire. He was granted the name Augustus, the revered one, and became Rome's first true emperor, carefully maintaining the illusion of the Republic while holding all the power. He ushered in 2 centuries of peace and prosperity, known as the Pax Romana, the Roman peace. Augustus Caesar wasn't just a ruler, he was the ultimate CEO. He took over a failing state, eliminated the competition, and leveraged his assets to create a stable, profitable empire that would define the course of Western civilization. His story is the ultimate example of how personal wealth, when combined with ruthless ambition and strategic genius, can forge history itself. Augustus used his fortune to build an empire. What would you do with that kind of money? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for our next deep dive into more titans of history.